changeup was pretty darn good from that guy tonight. That's
Oh, yeah.
The one that you got. You looking for that in that moment?
I'm up there to hit. I'm just up there to hit anything that's in the zone. So I was looking for something in the middle. Our stuff was pretty good. It was playing up everywhere it was. So I was just waiting for something in the middle. And out.
This heater you're on, does it remind you of 24 at all?
I'm just playing baseball that I know how to play, and just being myself out there, having fun. I was really excited to play tonight, so love that.
You guys played. It was an incredibly well-pitched game. One close game against the Brewers. They're awesome. I know you guys just need wins, but to win a game like this, how big?
Yeah, no, it was fun. I think it's good for us as a team, for our morale, just to come together as a team and put enough runs on the board to get a win. Come back tomorrow and do the same thing.
I know it's going to be a tough series, but to have a come-from-behind win against the best team in baseball, does that have extra juice or anything like that?
No, we're just playing another game. Shout out to our fans as always. Huge energy in the building, so we appreciate that. But we're playing another baseball game. That's all that matters.
What's been the difference for you since you started?
I've said just being aggressive. Being aggressive in the box. I'm not afraid to swing and miss. So try to take my walks when I can, but I'm not afraid to swing and miss.
What do you think about the way the team has played overall in the past 3.5 weeks or so?
I think we're playing great. I think we're playing together and we're playing as a family. I love that. Especially the new guys, they fit right in, so I love that.
Is the mindset shift of being aggressive, is that come relatively easy just because you naturally are aggressive?
Yeah, one day just say screw it and go back to doing my high school self, being aggressive, trying to hit the ball hard and taking good swings and good pitches.
How many games did you watch that night in Kansas City?
Not that many. I was just talking with the best.
Do you remember the last time you homered in 3 straight games?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not always what happens to you, but what you do after that. He put his nose to the grindstone this week and got ready for a start. Gave up a home run, could have derailed his day, but he stuck with it, showed his toughness, got us through 6 innings, and kept us in the ballgame.
Keep asking you about Jackson. I'm sure you don't mind when they're game-winning homers. But is there anything about tonight where you're you had a feeling hey, this guy's going up there?
Yeah, I think anytime right now, the way he's taking at bats, he can hit about anything out. He was really struggling with that high fastball there for a while, and now he's starting to tag a few of those. He just missed one earlier in the game, and then, it was just at that time of the game where their starting pitcher was wearing down just a little bit. Velocity started to creep down, and, Ty gets on with the big base hit, and then Jackson, puts him away with the homer to dead center. It was awesome.
Overall with the offense, the kid is pretty efficient. He really dots. He has a good changeup. What did you think about the way that you guys survived the night?
Yeah, you're right. He's a tough pitcher, and he pitched really good against us tonight. We knew going in, he was going to be a tough one to handle with his, fastball changeup combination. And the cutter was really good for him tonight too. But we just battled him and kept him in the game long enough for us to, wear him down a little bit and finally get him out of the game. But he pitched a great game. We hung in there. He made a lot of good pitches against. Didn't look great at times, but we battled.
What do you think has been the biggest key mentally for Jackson to kind of get back to who he is this summer?
Yeah, I think one is you see a little bit of success, and then you start believing I am Jackson Merrill. And I think the struggles he had early in the year was, him, trying to say am I doubting myself, or am I just working through a funk? And I think every player goes through that at times in their career where, they wonder if they'll ever be as good as they were before. And I think, it shows you how tough this game is. And then also when you come back out of it, you realize, man, I can tackle about anything. I tackled the worst of it. I tackled the inner thoughts and the inner dialogue that wasn't great. And now I've come out on the end of it and see I'm even better than I was before.
There's a couple of defensive plays. First, Song's play to get that out, the one you challenged. That was almost impossible. What'd you see?
Yeah, it did not look like he kept his foot on the bag in real time, but that's why we have the video replay guys. Jimmy McHugh being able to, dial that one in and give us a good read on, if he did or not, and he barely did by a toenail, it looked like, but a great catch, a little snow cone. Should have licked it afterwards, but a great play by Song, just great defense. Freddie throwing the last guy out tonight, ending the game on a caught stealing. Freddie's been great behind the plate, throwing guys out, threw 2 guys out tonight. Song with a good tag, so just all around a great defensive game against a team that puts a lot of pressure on you defensively.
You guys kind of anticipate that one coming there from Lockridge, or?
They're just aggressive on the base paths. They go, and we saw it throughout the night a couple of times where they hit fly balls when they were going. That's part of their game. They got a lot of team speed, and they make it difficult on everybody. They make it difficult on the entire defense, the coaching staff to get the defense in the right spots. They can bunt at all times, so they can wreak some havoc if you're not, aligned and dialed in on that kind of stuff. Tonight, we did a good job being ready for them.
Obviously, they're really good, and all the stuff you just said, best record in baseball. To win this game, I know there's 2 more to go and all that, but like, what does it say to win like this against them?
Yeah, these games are all going to be close. Tonight, we got the big home run, at the end to take the 1-run lead, and we were able to get to our bullpen, which is the strength of our team. But it's going to be a tightly contested series. As tonight, I would expect 2 more games just like tonight.